Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our District 9 chat this August. Come on in the room. I'm excited to have you. I am Lolita E. Walker, your District 9 board member, and today we are talking all things back to school. So, we're going to go through the latest and greatest District 9 newsletter. Hello, good morning, good morning. Make sure you go ahead and push it out to at least 9 people so that you all can get back to school and on the right pace. I am a little tiny bit late this morning. It's 8:05, but we are going to get ourselves started. Good morning. Okay. We are going to go through, I'm going to share my screen, and I pushed out some great information recently. It just came out, so you might not have had the opportunity to take a look at it yet. So we're going to go through the newsletter, answer any questions that you might have. Of course, I want to remind you that on Saturday, September 27th at Academic Academy, I am having my 10th. You hear that? 10. Y'all have been with me for 10 parent community summits. That's going to be at Academic Academy to get everybody ready for back to school. But we'll talk about that in a second. And let me just bring it up. I hope y'all are doing amazing today. Let's see. Share screen. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can type in the comments if you have any questions, concerns, and all of the things. Okay, let's start this. All right. Perfect. So if you are not on my newsletter as of yet, then I want to make sure you tune in. It's bit. You can join bit.ly/district, the number 9 in news. Okay. I'll type that in a second so you all can see. All right. Let me make this a little larger for you all. And we're just going to go through. Of course, the first page is just welcoming you to August and all the great work that we are doing. Let me start with this. I need your help. Listen, Instagram has changed they changed some rules over here, okay? So you know how I go live all of the time. I'm not able to go live anymore because what do you need now? You need 1,000 subscribers, followers. So I want to make sure you all follow me on Instagram at Lolita for PGCPSD9 so I can keep on bringing you amazing content, what's happening in and around District 9, all right? We only need less than I don't have my phone beside me, but we needed less than 100 more folks. So thank you all for those of you all who have already started to follow. For those of you all who have not, this is exactly what we need to do so that we can continue to go live. Okay. We have back to school guides. And what I'll do today is take you all through pgcps.org. I've told you guys before that this is the opportunity to find out all things about school. So there's a back to school guide for 2025, talks about bus routes. Make sure you know your bus routes. Make sure you see if there's any changes that's happening. Talks about supplies, safety, immunizations. There's 2 opportunities to get immunizations in and around District 9. One is I'll have an immunization van at the District 9 Parent Community Summit. And the cool thing about this one is that I'm partnering with Districts 7 and 8. So that'll be great too. We're doing a southern part of the county Parent Community Summit, and I'm excited to partner with those districts again. If you remember, one of my Parent Community Summits last year was a collaboration as well. So definitely want to try to collaborate when I can. Talking about vaccines, right here. So James Madison is September 13th. Couldn't remember the date. September 13th, you also have an opportunity from 9 to 3 at James Madison Middle School. Okay, so James Madison Middle School, September 13th in District 9. You can go to any of the districts to get these immunization for the immunization clinics. But again, on September 27th, you have another opportunity. If you have the newsletter, then you're seeing this as well. The calendar is out. You can start getting planned. You can start planning that now. Listen, I was at an event not too long ago, and I met some folks from the agriculture in Prince George's County, and I thought this was pretty cool, so I wanted to bring it to you to let you know that September 4th, 5th, and 6th, you can learn about agriculture that's happening in and around Prince George's County, meet some farmers, and get some local things done. So I think that this is pretty cool. So on September 7th in District 9, it's a farm and family day at Baden Firehouse. Okay. So I met a woman who was talking to me about some amazing things that's happening in and around District 9 for farmers. And so this is an opportunity to get some fresh produce. Come on out and learn what's happening in District 9. September is busy, you all, right? We're going back to school, and at Frederick Douglass High School, we're having our in-person advisory sessions. There was over 100 folks that were on a call when Superintendent Joseph did his virtual session, District 9. So thanks for everyone who came out, asked questions. He is committed to coming in person and doing in-person by district events. So ours is on September 9th, 6 o'clock at Frederick Douglass High School. So make sure you put it in your calendar. And of course, I'll be posting this pretty soon. Again, as a reminder. For the board docs, right? You know, when you go on board docs is the system, the management system that brings us all things Board of Education documentation. This allows us to do a number of things. Let me show you, actually. I wonder if you could see this. I hope you can. Let me see. If you're watching in, then let me know if you can see this. Let me see. You know what I think it was only sharing. I think it was only sharing the newsletter. All right, here it is. So this is the new site. Board Docs is about to be phased out. So it's called Diligent. And Diligent, actually, I was playing around with it yesterday, and it has some features that Board Docs doesn't have. So you can go on, you see that this is all about the Board of Education, and it has our upcoming meetings. It has recent meetings that's happened. You can go to the live stream whenever we're going live for the Board of Education. You can see some documents. You can request to speak right here. Okay, let me check. Let me click it. So I'm surprised that if it'll be up right now, but let's check it out. I didn't click this yesterday. Perfect. So you can enter your name, enter your email, the topic that you'd like to chat on, and then the meeting that you'll like to speak at. So when we get closer to the board meeting, then this should also say the upcoming board meeting as well. Okay. And then you submit, and everything now is within this automated system. And you can play around with it. It's inside of the newsletter for you all, but I wanted to make sure that we could take a look at this. Let's see what else is on here. Okay. So this is a calendar of events. Here it is. So the board business meeting is happening on the 21st of this month. Tells you where it is. Let's click on it. And here's where you'll be able to see an agenda. And you know that the full agenda, here you are, actually it's up. So you can go through now in a one-stop shop, okay? And you can interact. You'll see the documents that you can click on. Back. You remember Pear Deck, for all the parents that are looking on, Pear Deck is being phased out and we'll be going to Brain Fuse for tutoring. So this is, for instance, a request for us to approve the contract for Brain Fuse. I took a look at that one, but this is the consent agenda. Let's check it out. Yep. So you can click on all the documents here. They're already up. Okay. Play around. Send me a note if you have any questions or concerns about it. Of course, there was a groundbreaking there was a groundbreaking at Brandywine Academy, and some of the community came out. Thanks to all of you all who did come out. There were some scholars who talked about the investment that's being made in District 9. And I think I might have told you all before that there's also going to be an elementary school that's coming in a couple of years as well. So what we'll do is ensure that we make sure that we let you all know everything that's coming up. It's a little ways out, but you can see that we had some legislators there, a bunch of community members were there, and it was really exciting times to be right here and see the investment made inside of our community. This is, if you don't already know, a combination between Brandywine Elementary, Baden Elementary, and Gwen Park Middle School. It's going to sit on a property of Gwen Park Middle School, and if you drive down there in Brandywine, you can already see that there is construction that's happening. I thought I took a picture of that so you all could see, but didn't make it. Remember the 10th District 9 Parent Community Summit is happening. I mentioned that it's alongside District 7, District 8. So we have board member Zakia Goins McCants for District 8 and Dr. Felton Moss from District 7. And of course, our brand new student member of the board will be there. So I'm excited. Let me tell you all just a little bit more about what this Parent Community Summit is. This is an opportunity, if you've never been to one of my Parent Community Summits, it's really community driven and what you all have talked about that you wanted to learn more about. So we'll have resource tables there for tutoring, for academics, K through 12. We'll have PTAs will be there to make sure you sign up and get active. I'm hoping we get the fingerprint folks there. And the reason is because if you want to, let's say, chaperone or do anything within the schools, you have to have your fingerprints done. And one thing that I've learned over time is that sometimes this can be a timely process. And with that long process, a lot of folks want to volunteer, but they don't have the opportunity because they haven't gotten their fingerprints. So want to make sure that we have that resource for you. So working hard to do that. Also working to have this Hope van there, which I went to an event and saw this, and I thought it was one of the coolest things ever. So you walk into this van and it shows parents. Only parents can go. You have to be an adult to walk in, not a scholar. So it shows you how children or young folks or anyone might hide drugs in the house, and some I think warning signs or some things you might not know, gives you resources on to talk to your teens about drug use and its impact. So we're gonna have that. I'm partnering with Alpha Alpha Sigma Omega chapter, who's going to have voter drive, which we already know that we need our folks to sign up and get registered to vote. So that'll be there. The sheriff's department will be there. We also have ABBA who will be there, and it's going to be a simulation for impaired drivers. So I'm excited to see that. I've heard nothing but great things about that simulation. So that's going to be good. You can take a look. Oh, we're going to have Good Intentions Foundation is going to be there. They give out clothing and other essentials to our community. It's a nonprofit organization, Good Intentions Foundation, who has been partnering with me since I started these. Really excited about it, as well as Operations Ernie's Plate. So everyone who comes, stays through, you all will get a bag of groceries on the way out. So we want to thank both of them as well. Children's Hospital, of course, will be there to do immunizations. Remember, I told you that's another opportunity as well. And you can see all Parks and Planning is going to be there. We also have Miss Maryland USA World 2025. So Dr. Joanne Frederick will be there, who is Miss Maryland USA World 2025. So we're excited to see her as well. Take a look. You could go through all the details. Now, if you're coming to this immunization clinic, then you need to make sure you register for that, okay? So inside of the newsletter, if you didn't get the newsletter and you're watching on now, just send me an email, lolita.walker@pgcps.org. We gave out trunks for our scholars. There was a partnership with Delegate Denise Roberts. We have some pictures for that, but that's just something else that's happening in and around District 9. And I feel like it was about 50 or so scholars not only got trunks for college. Let me show you guys. On their journey to college, you see in the upper right-hand corner, but we also had workshops. I did a workshop on time management, talked about finances, really getting folks and our scholars ready for jumping into the world when they're not going to have their parents or guardians around, and just making sure that they can ask any type of questions. And so if you're not active inside of the community, we're doing amazing things in District 9, having some amazing partnerships with our legislators and with the community. Okay. These are the trunks. Again, this is a better picture right here. Of course, you all ask a number of questions and I try to answer all of them. And so when you click here, we're not going to go through all of them now, but when you click here, then you can go and see the entire question and answers. I went to the coffee club in District 9. It's out of Clinton, and the police department, District 5 police department, we had an opportunity to chat about schools, impact of schools, and there were a number of questions here. And so you can go through the questions and answers about what is a master plan, what is capital improvement, how is it prioritized, the dollars for our scholars. And you all know a large percentage, greater than 50% of our schools are between 40 and 50 years old. And because we don't have the capital to be able to invest and purchase new schools, then there is always a question about how do we prioritize the funding and what can we do. So you'll see some things about advocacy, asking about who's responsible for things like crossing guards, and see right here, the average age of PGCPS school buildings is over 50 years old. So I want to encourage you all to take a look at this Q&A. We're not going to go through all of them now, but the community was packed in there. So thank you all for coming out. We had PGCPS resources there, other community resources that were there, and you all were not shy about asking questions. And so I just wanted to do a follow-up and make sure that some of those questions were here. There was a couple of questions on how are we investing in District 9 in the South. So districts 7, 8, and 9. So you'll see some investments that's being made there, but you have the opportunity to go through here. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Parent view. I know everyone in District 9 already, all the parents already have a parent view account. If you don't, I want to make sure that you get that. That's where you see all assignments. That's where you see attendance, all things, transcripts, graduation status, all of those things are so important. It's an app. It's called Parent View. If you don't have it, make sure you're downloading that. That's how you're going to stay in touch with all things at your school, okay? Again, I mentioned August 21st, we're having our next board meeting. There was another investment made from the Evolve Foundation, and I wanted to make sure I showed you all this if you weren't there. The weight room at Frederick Douglass High School was refurbished. So congratulations to you all for making that partnership work. And that was the Evolve Foundation that came out. Of course, we're doing amazing things. That's with the fire department. You can see some of our legislators and community members there. Listen, this program, you all, Manhood 101, I was so impressed, so super impressed with the male scholars who came through and are part of this program. Okay. So this is a mentorship program that they currently meet at Flowers High School. And it's a year-long mentorship program. It's not associated with the schools, but I think it's an extension of the Steve Harvey mentoring program that happens for young men. And I had an opportunity because they came to District 9 to do a 3-night overnight camp at Camp Schmidt, which sits in District 9. And I had an opportunity to talk to many of them. Some of them are going to Morgan State University. I've lost my voice just a little bit, but Morgan State University, which of course is amazing in my eyes, but they're doing amazing things. And I was just so impressed with the young scholars that were there, the growth that they've had, how excited they are in order to push through for their future. This was middle schoolers, but the cool thing about it is those who are camp counselors have already been through the program. And I just thought that was so phenomenal. So keep on affirming our youth. Let them know that the sky is the limit, okay? Let's just keep on going down. Did you come to National Night Out? If so, I hope I met you and saw you. I hope you came by to say hello. We had our principals out there. We had some of our teachers that were out there, business owners, a lot of resources that were in Prince George's County. So I'm excited about that. Frederick Douglass continues to send me amazing things that's happening. The PTSO has a mile marker on Route 202. We're excited about that. Congratulations. Back to school, make sure you're getting all your back to school supplies. We have our 100-day It's not we. The superintendent has the 100-day action plan. And I wanted to remind you all that you can go online. I think it's going to be updated. He said by a board meeting, you can go online. Let me click it so you all can see. Oh, I swear sometimes. Does this link work? Okay, great. So follow the link and click in. You can read about the 100-day plan right here. You can read about the priorities, the 6 priorities. You can read about what is slated to happen 30 days, 60 days, 100 days. Make sure you're holding the superintendent accountable. You can see a couple videos, but the action plan is here as well. So the action plan progress tracker is here. So it's based on what the commitments were, and this will be updated by the end of the month, okay? I am in a place where the internet is not working as quickly, but you just click on that, guys, and you'll be able to check out what the plan looks like and what the status is, okay? Sorry, I wasn't able to get to that for you all. Let's see what else is big and bold happening. Stay up with the policies. I just wanted to go back up to this. This is the approved policies from the last time that we met. I am on the policy and governance committee. And remember when I showed you diligent, you can go down and take a look at the minutes from the last policy meeting. You could also go on and sign up for public comment for that specific committee as well. So you could take a look at the policies that we'll be talking, and then you can make specific public comment in any of our let me go back up. Okay. These are the committees that we have from the board level. We have academic achievement. We have board audit committee, the OBAFA committee, and then policy and governance. Okay. OBAFA, operations, budget, and fiscal affairs. Okay. This is who you can see the chairs, you can see the vice chairs, you can see the folks that sit on there. If you ever have any questions or if you miss it, remember I just showed you diligent. You can go back there. You can also go to pgcps.org. Okay. Go to board and you'll see all of the information as well. These are available for you to make public comment about anything that we're talking about at the Board of Education. And then I have the committee pages right here as well that you can click on and learn more about. All right. This is all about educate so we can advocate and act together. I just wrote up a little bit about what you can expect at the summit. I'm surprised that wasn't earlier. Some other questions that you all had. There is this new development that's being built, some new townhouses and apartment buildings that's being built in District 9. And there was a question about what the impact will be to our schools. Because as you know, previously we've had some overcrowding at Accokeek Academy, which is, you know, I graduated from Accokeek Academy as well before it was called Accokeek Academy, but also have a scholar that goes there as well. So I'm fully aware of the challenges of overcrowding. When Colin Powell, which sits in District 8, was built, a number of folks moved over, which eased some overcrowding, but there were concerns that with this new development that is coming, 270 units of an apartment building is coming. We also have some additional townhouses that's coming in and around that area. And there were concerns about what the impact was going to be to our schools. So I had an opportunity to talk with our operations department, and they assured me that, hey, we just had 270 units. Actually, I think it's 300 units for the one that's coming up. This 270 was one in Brandywine. And for an example of that one, what I wanted to share is that of those 270 units, 12 of them, 12 PGCPS students resided there, and 5 of them attended neighborhood schools. And so what they're anticipating is that we will not have an impact within Accokeek Academy, and that I'm sharing those in words for you all inside the newsletter. You also asked about the bell time at Brandywine, and it is shifting by 15 minutes. So those that go to Brandywine Elementary, you should have already been told, but in case you don't know, it is shifting by 15 minutes. Okay. I also got a question the other day about cursive writing in our schools. And I thought that was really interesting because there is a bill, I think it was in 2020. I should have put that in here, but I'll put it in the next one, what the bill number is. But we do have teaching of cursive in our schools. So if you have a scholar, kindergarten, grade 1, they're learning, you know, manuscript handwriting there. And then 2 through 5, cursive handwriting is actually taught inside of the schools. So I thought that was really interesting. I think it was an elementary school teacher who talked to me about it, and then a community member wrote to me about cursive as well. We learned cursive when we were growing up as well, and I do think that it's a lost art form. But good news is it is being taught in grades 2 through 5, and what's not on here is I think there's testing around grades 3. So if you're not seeing that inside of schools, make sure you talk to your teachers. But I wanted to make sure that I got that information back to you. Hey, there also was a question. The rest of this is resources, so I'm not going to go through all of that. We're hiring absolutely always, and some more resources for tips. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing that right now. Hi, Gail. Will there be a mental health resource? It will be. Thank you for asking that. There will be mental health resources available. I think you're talking about my September 27th event. Yes, I will have mental health resources. So there'll be a table from PGCPS that'll talk about mental health. It'll talk about the resources that we have inside of the district. So if that's what you were asking about there, absolutely. So thank you so much for asking that question. Absolutely. And if you have any other questions, let me type that here for you guys. This is to get the newsletter, bit.ly/district9news. Make sure you type that in. Make sure you subscribe, okay? And I'm pretty sure I have, yep. Send me an email if you have any additional questions for sure about the District 9 Community Summit that's coming up. But resources will be there. Oh, absolutely. Sorry I didn't see that earlier. You sat through the newsletter. Appreciate the question, okay? What else? Any other questions? Look, we were in and out. Wanted to make sure that everybody was ready for school. Let me show you this too. Hold on, pgcs.org. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So here you go. I just went to pgcps.org, just typed it right in the front. Remember, I was telling you all about the back to school resources that are available. I thought you could click on here, but I think you could just go down and check it out. But this is where you go through all things PGCPS. Oh, I think you all knew this too. If you watched the last board meeting, Stop Finder's going away. So this is the app that you have that you could track the bus. Well, Chipmunk, it's called Chipmunk, that is coming now. I'm sorry I did not put that in the newsletter. Totally forgot, but you could download the Chipmunk school bus tracker. It's going to be a phased rollout plan. You can take a look about what that rollout plan looks like. Okay. We're not going to go through all the details here, but just go ahead and go to pgcps.org. You can see Stop Finder is still going to continue for some time, and then we're going to phase all the way into Chipmunk, okay? Phase all the way into Chipmunk by October the 27th. So still have Stop Finder on your app, but you'll be able to see exactly when you will have it. There's going to be some testing that's happening on it now. I know I was invited. I couldn't go because I'm at a conference, but there will be a time where the board will be riding on a bus in order to be able to track it and to give input for that rollout plan. Okay. So I will let you know I have a scholar in the system. And so it's great that I'll be able to give some input on that. Remember, I talked about Parent View. Make sure you sign up for Parent View. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the homepage. Again, I always tell you all, this is the place that you want to go. pgcps.org has all of the things. All right. Free back to school immunizations. We've already talked about that. All right. Oh, here, sign up for text messages. How did I forget that? Make sure you sign up right here for text messages, emails, and newsletters. This is not my newsletter. This is for PGCPS, so that you can get the calls about things that's happening, about things that's happening in and around the district, about the superintendent sends this out for the advisory sessions and all of those things, okay? Anything big that's happening, make sure you sign up here. And I didn't talk about the PTA and PTO. You know, I'm a fan. So make sure that you're joining your PTA and PTO. What does that look like at the school? Someone asked me the other day, I was out Can you be a community member and not have scholars in the school system and still be on a PTA? Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can go and you can join your local PTA, go to the school, ask who the PTA president is. You can write, if it's in District 9, you can write to me directly and I'll give you that information as needed. And you absolutely can join. So let's say that there's reservations because you just don't have time to go to all of the meetings. No problem. You can get financially to help. And what do folks do sometimes with their PTA monies? They'll help with resources for teachers in the classroom. They'll help with funding for, let's say, school dances or things that our scholars need, the appreciation month, all of the things. So there's an opportunity for everybody to be involved. Parental engagement is so important, okay? Not only can you be a parent, but you can also be a community member that actually sits and has a voice of what's happening in our schools. Some people don't think that it's important as community members, even when your scholars are out of the Prince George's County school system, but schools matter inside of your community. It affects property values. It has so much impact, and our scholars' education is so key. It's a foundation, as you all know. Hashtag District 9 rocks. Okay. We want to make sure that we are engaged and we are always tapping into our community. And one way to do that is to be on a PTA and a PTO. All right. I don't see any additional questions. If you have any topics that you want to talk in future months, I do want to have park and planning on. I had them on earlier before the summer so that we could talk about resources for the summertime. Hopefully you all have been engaging with some camps for your scholars. Let's see. We had academics. And if you missed any of these, when I've had folks on, then you can go on YouTube. You could go on Facebook and you can watch them. I had academics on talking about tutoring, talking about how to get our scholars engaged, talking about what we can do at home as parents, sometimes resources that you can talk. You know that you can have your scholars talk and get a live person to help them with tutoring. We talked all of those things with Dr. White. I've had safety and security that's on. Is there expectations for dual enrollment for dire situations? Talk to me more about what you mean for that. I don't know. Is there exceptions for dual enrollment for dire situations? Can you tell me more about it? Dual enrollment for what? And you can send me an email if it's personal and it's a specific situation. All right. So Mr. Benjamin, if you send me an email or if you want to type in and tell me a little bit more, I'm happy to answer that. I just don't know. Is there exceptions for dual enrollment for dire situations? For your specific situation, write me, tell me a little bit more about your situation, and I'll get the right person to call you in order to talk that through for your specific situation, okay? Oh, perfect. Okay, let me put up my email address again, okay? Oh, there it is. Lolita.walker@pgcps.org. And I'll make sure I answer that. Thank you for the question. Absolutely. All right, guys. There's no more questions that I see. I want to thank you all for being here. Make sure you send this out to 9 people. Take 9 so we can educate 9 in District 9, okay? Let's see. There is another question. Oh, thank you. Absolutely. All right. You guys take care. Enjoy. It's back to school. I'll be hopefully we have 21 schools in District 9. I'm going to do my best to make all of them for back to school nights. So hope to see you there. Grab me, say hello. Let me know that you were on a community chat. And I'll see you again next month, okay? All right, take care. Have a great weekend.